Hey, what's up, peeps? Jazz Borgonzo here. What's next? Hope you guys are doing well on this Thursday. Let's take a trip to the compare and contrast. Yes, I haven't done one of these in quite a while. Yeah. Dementia Boy versus Governor Ron Macho Man DeSantis. While Dementia Boy destroys the nation, Governor DeSantis does the will of the people per the law, signs policies into law that are going to benefit the people of Florida. And of course, the rest of the country has taken notice. Just look at the last 2 years. But while one decides to combat voter fraud, the other creates a ministry of truth. Take a guess which one. Let's take a look. This comes out of Fox News. Mayorkas testifies DHS is creating a disinformation governance board. The pot calling the kettle, oh, this is rich. Of course, the news comes 2 days after Musk bought Twitter, so Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas testified Wednesday that the Department of Homeland Security is creating a disinformation governance board, i.e. Ministry of Truth, to combat misinformation ahead of the 22 midterms. Why? Because their asses are going to get smoked. Mayorkas appeared before the House Appropriations Subcommittee to discuss the fiscal 23 budget for the Department of Homeland Security. Representative Lauren Underwood, Democrat, said it reports on how minority communities are being targeted because, of course, they are, misinformation campaigns, and asked Mayorkas what the DHS plans to do about it. What will you do? Because we're so angry. Mayorkas said, Disinformation Governance Board has recently been created and will be led by Undersecretary Policy Rob Silvers. Dick Levine is busy? To co-chair with Principal Deputy General Counsel Jennifer Gasco. Quote, the goal is to bring the resources of the DHS together to address this threat. Yes, like white supremes, we must address this threat, Mayorkas said, adding that the department is focused on spreading of disinformation in minority communities. Fox News have reached out to DHS seeking more information on the Ministry of Truth. Got no response. Shocker. Hours later, Politico reported that Nina Jankowicz, who previously served as disinformation fellow at the Wilson Center. Yes. 1, never heard of disinformation fellow. 2, never heard of the Wilson Center. Will head the board as executive director. This is off her tweet. Cat's out of the bag. Here's what I've been up to the past 2 months and why I've been quiet here. Honored to be serving in the Dementia Boy and helping shape our counter disinformation efforts. The news of this information governance board comes out 2 days after, of course, Tesla CEO and SpaceX founder Elon Musk secured $44 billion to buy Twitter, which, of course, has set the place on fire, stoking panic among the left that the platform will become a free speech, free for all. Yes, the wild, wild west. We go from that nonsense to actually common sense. This also comes out of Fox News. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signs bill creating new election police unit. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill Monday to create a police force dedicated to cracking down on voter fraud and other election crimes. The new law, SB 524, creates the Office of Election Crimes and Security to investigate allegations of voter fraud. Gee, I wonder why he would do something like that. It increases the penalty for ballot harvesting in a first-degree misdemeanor to a third-degree felony, punishable up to 5 years in prison. It also requires the Florida Department of State to strengthen ID requirements for mail-in ballots. Yes, voter ID. It's not racist. Requires voter rolls to be checked every year for ineligible voters. The dead rolls. Dead voter rolls, and prevents election supervisors from receiving so-called Zucker bucks. Yeah, those lovely $400 million that Zuckerberg poured into the election? Well, you're not supposed to know that. The term Zuckerbucks refers to Facebook founder Zuckerberg's funding of election operations during the 2020 election cycle. Then Zuckerberg Chan Initiative founded by Zuckerberg and his wife, gave more than $350 million to local state jurisdictions to allegedly help counties run their elections safely during the COOF pandemic. However, a report from the Heritage Foundation Daily Signal found that in Pennsylvania, some counties have reportedly used funds to get out the vote efforts for the costs related to the fund's ostensible goals. The Pennsylvania Department of State and 23 jurisdictions received $20 million from the Center for Tech and Civic Life, which distributed the funds for the Zuckerberg-Chan initiative. DeSantis took to Twitter to tout his signing of the bill, writing, "The legislation I signed today will continue to make Florida a leader in the election integrity by increasing penalties for ballot harvesting, expanding our ban on Zuckerbucks, and establishing an election integrity unit in state government to enforce our laws." You can see there he is signing the legislation into law. Democrats, the minority party in the state, have criticized the bill as a way for DeSantis to appeal to Republican voters who believe the 2020 election results were fraudulent facts, while he flirts with a presidential run of his own. No, the man is just cares about voter integrity. Compare and contrast. While you have the dementia administration worried about, quote, disinformation, the disinformation that they were peddling, that they were pushing, the panic porn regarding the COOF over the last 2 years, the vax nonsense, slamming people who believed in other therapies in regards to taking the vaccine because, of course, those lovely efficacy rates. I haven't used that one in a while. And, of course, bowing down to Lord Farquaad, which, of course, the guy hasn't been seen. Really? Is he still alive? But anyway, then you look at Florida. You have one Governor Ron DeSantis, who has actually been a savage over the last 2 years, combating nonsense like this garbage of, quote, disinformation, misinformation, and those basically people having opinions. So it's funny how this comes about 2 days after Musk gets the green light regarding Twitter, while DeSantis is not worried about that. DeSantis is like, okay, great. Free speech back to the way it should be, or in the process of. But while he takes care of Florida the way a state should be run by its governor and not imprisoning its people, but actually allowing people to do what they please under the Constitution and under state law, Dementia Boy and his goons continue to be ass clowns. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more just like this. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.